Hello everyone, this is Shannon from theirishscrapper.com, and today I have a thank you card for you guys featuring our lovely lily pad products, which are in the celebration flyer, which you can earn for free with a qualifying order. And I was inspired by a friend of mine, lovely Sharon. She used the Gorgeous Grape on the Highland Heather for this lily, and I just loved it so much, and I thought I need to do that on a project. So this is what I came up with, and I absolutely love it, and I always need thank you cards, so it was perfect timing. So let's talk about the product. So here is our lovely lily pad stamp set that is in the celebration. Again, you can earn that for free with a qualifying order. That does coordinate with some dies, and I have a couple of them out because we're going to use them. So we have a die that cuts the large lily, and we have this decorative die that we're also going to use for a border. But you get a lot of great shapes in here for projects, so this is awesome. They also have designer series paper that coordinates with this. That is bright and beautiful, and you know I am a brights girl all the way. So this is definitely my type of paper, and I chose to use this pattern on today's project. And then for my sentiment, as you can see, there is no sentiment in this set as well. I pulled out my To Every Season, and I'm using the thank you from this set because it was nice and tiny and a great font. I also did some embossing, and it might be hard to see since I'm using the white, but I used our Tuft embossing folder on the background there. So it's a quick project, but super pretty. So let's jump in and get started. So for our card base, I used our Thick Whisper White. This is 4 1/4 by 11. I've scored it at 5 1/2. And the Thick Whisper White is a heavier stock, so it is great to use for bases. For our embossed piece, I used our regular Whisper White, and this is 4 by 5 1/4, and this is what we're going to emboss with the Tuft embossing folder. I have a little piece of designer series paper. This is 2 by 4. And then I have a couple scraps of Highland Heather, one for our lily and one for our border. And that will really be it. And then we'll just need a medium Whisper White envelope to stamp on as well. And we'll be using our Gorgeous Grape ink today. So why don't we do our embossing and let's stamp. Actually, let's do all of our die cutting work at one time. So let's stamp our lily in the Gorgeous Grape. I just love the way the Gorgeous Grape pops out here on the Highland Heather. Hopefully I inked that up good. Oh, it's not great. Let me do that again. I must not have tapped it. That one's better, I think. All right, let's give that a nice press. This is photopolymer, so I could have put my stamping pad behind it. That probably would have helped. Okay, now let's grab our big shot. Okay, so let's start with the embossing because I have that platform in here. Let me get my Tuft folder. I have my piece of Whisper White. Let's put that in. That looks good. Let's roll that through. There you go. And you get that nice texture. Let's switch platforms. Alright, and now let's put our magnetic platform in. Let's grab that lily. Okay, and let's run that through. There we go. Alright, and then now we have this little border piece. So I'm just going to put that here along the edge, because that is actually a little bit longer than what we'll need. I'm going to run it through twice just for the little pieces. Hopefully it'll come right out. Okay, then we're done with our die cutting machine. We can bring back all of our pieces. And let me just grab my piercing tool. Let's see if I can lift this up. Yeah, just like that. Perfect. Okay, and then we are going to hide part of this underneath our paper. So I'm going to grab my snips and I'm just going to trim that off. And then we'll be ready to assemble. Alright, so let's grab our liquid glue. And so I did emboss this piece, which is where our sentiment is going to go. So if you are concerned about what sentiment you're using and it not stamping well, you can always stamp before you emboss. That's really probably the better way to do it. My sentiment is so small that it came out just fine stamping after the embossing. But again, it would really depend on you know, your stamp and what sentiment you chose. Alright, so let's get some more glue here. I'm going to put a little all over. And then we're going to line this up. And I'm kind of using that middle piece as my gauge, so then when I flip it over I can kind of see, yeah, I needed that to come down a little bit. Alright, so let's stick that down. Gorgeous. We have our pretty lily. Let's get some dimensionals. I love this. I love this set and this these products anyways, but that gorgeous grape on the Highland Heather just really spoke to me when I was watching Sharon's live, and I thought, I have got to do that. I just loved it so much. Oh, I just put my finger in my ink. Okay, let's get that off. Alright, we're going to ink up our thank you in the gorgeous grape. And I am going to stamp that down right there. And then let's grab our envelope. Let's bring back our big lily. And we're going to stamp that right here on the front. Gorgeous! There we go! See how super quick that was? You could really whip out a bunch of thank you cards very quickly. So I do hope you guys enjoyed today's video. As always, I appreciate you guys watching and commenting and giving me a thumbs up. Do subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. And I look forward to being back with you real soon. You can find a full supply list of everything that I've used today in the description of this video. Thanks again. Bye-bye.